Sure. So
Right.
good afternoon. And am I correct? You are in the vocal booth now where most of the magic happens?
Yes, that's what it's called, Latina Studios.
Yeah. So the vocal booth, the way that it looks now, how does that compare to how it looked a couple of years ago? Because during COVID, everyone kind of had their own makeshift vocal booth.
I love you mentioned that. My very first one was a one bedroom apartment in the valley of Los Angeles, where
Yeah.
you can easily hear where your neighbor is, about to walk their dogs or even just flushing the toilet, and any kind of weird noises you can imagine as a voiceover is dramatically impactful for us. So nowadays, we have this beautiful technology, and this booth is coming straight from Colombia. It's called Mobile Wall, and they're amazing doing this. Very spacious, very high quality, and exactly what we need.
Got it. So did you get your start? And now I know about your acting career before you moved to Los Angeles, but did you get your start in Los Angeles doing loop group and ADR work?
I had to, and my biggest surprise was dubbing because actually 15 years ago, dubbing wasn't really big as is nowadays.
Hmm.
So I remember the very first projects Netflix was dubbing in English was okay for the majority of the directors and clients saying, okay, if the dubbing actors have an accent like Hispanic accent in my case, that's fine because they have the technique. Something that we have done for centuries already, like doing the other translation. All the content in Latin America has to be dubbed, but usually you're not dubbing into English. And so anyway, so that was looping and dubbing in English and Spanish. The one of the biggest things I started and opening the path in voiceover. Yeah.
Before I ask you about Dora, I wanted to ask you one other question about your voiceover work. And you did over 800 episodes of a soap opera. And those are the most passionate fans on the planet. It's either the soap opera fans or the professional wrestling fans. Either way, did that lead to getting to do any soap opera conventions because you worked on that show for over 800 episodes?
I have not yet,
Yet.
but the Bold and the Beautiful is still on. I am voicing now. This is, oh, sorry, her name is Jacqueline Wood, and she plays the role of Steffi and the Bold and the Beautiful, a CBS soap opera, Monday through Friday. And yes, that's how many episodes we have done. I'm just crossing my fingers. This doesn't stop. It's a beautiful gig, beautiful story that is still alive around the world.
For most people, that would just be enough. But hey, you're in this Dora live action movie. You're doing video game stuff, the Society of Voice Arts work, etc. So Dora is the new big project. How long did you have to keep it a secret that you were working on that film?
About a year, and the funny part was like I had the chance to coach a couple of kids that auditioned for Diego before auditioning myself
Hmm.
for Dora's mom. That's actually my original audition for,
Hmm.
and so I kind of had that connection with the story already. I had to keep it in secret, and then my audition came as Dora's mom. So that was, yeah, about a year in total until finally it was a big surprise that they were shooting the entire film in Colombia, my homeland, and I had the chance to visit my family too, my sister, and connect with what is exactly the movie about: your roots, your heritage, your connection with your grandmother, and delicious food, etc.
So you moved to Los Angeles so that you could work in Colombia.
That's so funny, right?
Yeah.
That's how it is.
With Griselda too, correct?
Griselda was shoot entirely in Los Angeles. That's
Oh.
yeah, we did all the Colombian and Miami shootings. That was Long Beach, Marina del Rey. My scenes were in downtown LA. But yeah, that was the funny part. Andy Baez, the director, same director as Narcos, was saying like, "This is hilarious. We're shooting Colombian in the '70s, in the middle of Los Angeles in the '20s, 2020." So yeah.
So it's interesting with your career that you're juggling basically four things at the same time. You have your on-camera English work, your on-camera Spanish work, your voiceover work, and then what you do by basically coaching, by having your own production company. Was this the goal all along, or is this what happened because you were just saying yes to everything?
Because I get bored,
Okay.
because the hustling, because I really get bored of doing just one thing. That's reality.
Hmm.
Even dubbing, which I'm so thankful to wake up every day and have something to do and get paid for at least 1 hour in the booth. But to do something that is same thing for so long, that could be very very hard for my brain. So yeah, I like to do a little bit of everything. That's why.
Almost every voiceover person I've spoken with is also a singer or a singer-songwriter or musician, but I didn't see that in your credits. Are you not a singer?
I'm not a singer. I've
Wow.
been I've been struggling a lot with the uh, panic attack I might have singing in front of so many people. Although I had to do it because the conservatory when I was, back in Colombian theater, I had to do
Hmm.
that. But yeah, I recently actually had to face these fears, and I record like two demos singing. Let's see how it goes. Maybe people might be surprised. I don't know. I'm just working on it. That's what it
So
is.
you kind of were forced to do any singing.
Yeah.
It's not like in high school you did musicals or anything like that.
That's right. So when I was dubbing, for instance, this show for MTV Instant Star, um, and that's Alex Johnson, and the story was about a rock star. So
Hmm.
in the middle of any other conversation, she started singing. So I had to, in the dubbing, I had to sing same in Spanish many times, and so that was so challenging. I remember it was like struggling, but the point is not because I don't have a beautiful voice to sing, it's just the fear. And could be ironic because I'm working with my voice every time, but I think singing is, as one of my coaches said, is therapeutic. So if it's
Hmm.
hard, you just have to do it again and again and again. So it's just about practice.
And a lot of the voiceover people I've spoken with also were stand-up comedians. Was that in your background?
Improvisation, yeah, improv comedy. We had for about 3 years a Latinx, improv comedy group that was called Impromundeando. So there's people from Puerto Rico, Argentina, Mexico, Colombia. It was a whole Latino mix there. But yeah, we were performing at the Second City,
Hmm.
and yeah, big stages here in Los Angeles. It's it's very important for us as voiceovers in general, and actors to have some improv in our background as a practice. It just keeps your brain awake. And yeah, I wish we can continue with that kind of things. But yeah, that's my comedy thing. And I love
A,
comedy.
a lot of people who are bilingual can't really improvise in their second language. For you, was it very difficult to learn how to improvise in English?
What the funny part is that when you are thinking that you're not smart enough or funny enough in a foreign language, you're really like freezing the best part of you. So, and that's
Sure.
exactly, when you're silly and you allow yourself to be silly in a different language. I think um, I'm just trying to be very open. That one of my friends, very closest friends who knows me forever, she was like, "You are funny in English as you are in Spanish. That how do you do that? Like you translate?" I'm like, "Just be yourself." So yeah, I think that's what it is.
Just be yourself. Well, Dora, you couldn't be yourself because you're reading off of a script, but is that the newest project, or are there other films that are in the works for you?
No films, but theater. I think that my main thing has been about Dora for this year,
Hmm.
and I think it really requires this attention because it's such a big story, and how it can be, a reference for young generations, especially second and third Latino immigrants generations. I
Mm.
think Dora connects us with what is keep your Spanish, even though for a phone call. And I think that's what Dora does also. So yeah, I've been very focused on this and promoting the film, but also theater to other theater plays for what is for the rest of the year. So yeah.
Where in Los Angeles is the theater work you're doing?
We are going to be in this micro theater play festival called the Brisk Festival.
Hmm.
It's run in Santa Monica. So go for your tickets for the very last weekend of August. We're part
Hmm.
of the Pink program. That's how it's called. And the play is Daughter Knows Best. And it's a super funny story about a father and a daughter and a big surprise. And
Yeah.
it's very fun. And we are going to be a Big Bear Theater Company invited me to be part of Enfrascada, which is a play written by Tania Saracho, one of the producers of Vida. So yeah, there's going to be there for September, October, part of November.
Wow. Okay. So down to the last two questions before I let you go. First one, how do you take care of your voice? I'm curious about that. You find some actors who just won't talk for an hour or two before the performance, and then they have to do vocal warm downs. But in your case, it sounds like you're recording something 5, 6 days a week.
I still do warm ups every day,
Hmm.
no matter what. I use three techniques: Alexander, Feldenkrais, and Lesac.
Hmm.
This last one, that's the one I learned at UCLA, which I highly recommend for anyone, even though you're not an actor or voiceover or some. It's just so therapeutic, and it really helped me to keep my voice as healthy as possible.
Hmm.
So yes, I'm very traditional and old school in that matter. Um, but the other question was what? How I take care of and what I think about the other. Oh, about the silence. I use that silence, but after recording, especially in long sessions like video
Hmm.
games. That you have to be jumping or screaming or efforts or any other kind of sound that could be hard for your throat. And so I try to stay quiet for the next hours. That's what I do. Or audiobook too. There are sessions of 8 hours just recording straight. So yeah, my husband knows and my daughter knows. Like, shut down. Till tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, my last question is about video games, but every single person that I've ever spoken with that does voices for video games doesn't play video games. That happens every single time. Are you one of those people as well?
Yes, I am. And that's
Figured.
such a long list. And also in the list of moms that don't let their kids play video games. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I appreciate that honesty, but bottom line, congratulations on the work on Dora. Glad that
Thank you.
work has been steady for you and looking forward to what's to come, whether you're on camera or not on camera.
Yes. Thank you so much, Darren. Such a great talk. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you. Thank you.
Paltrocast.